Everyone could use some help with some legal advice from time to time, and we, of course, have the perfect law office to help. Laura DeLutri is here to introduce you to the law office of St. Surin and Caruthers.
Good morning. I'm here with Gishart St. Surin, CEO of law firm of St. Surin and Caruthers, and Janice Caruthers, who is the COO. Now, I want to thank you both for being here this morning. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you're both attorneys. I'm not. So we're going to talk about a hot topic. These are the 5 things you should never do after a car accident. Number 1, you don't want to leave the scene. Number 2, do not forget to call 911. Number 3, do not lose your cool. Number 4, do not forget proper documentation. And number 5, do not neglect the aftermath. Now, I'm going to let you two break these down, but let's go ahead and start with number 1.
Okay, so it's actually a crime if you leave the scene of an accident.
Really?
It is a misdemeanor offense. Unless there's a serious injury, then it can be a felony offense.
Okay.
So you should never leave the scene of an accident without exchanging information with the other party involved. Even I've had people arrested for leaving the scene for hitting a tree. And I was like, who are they supposed to call? But you're supposed to at least call the police, make a report, things of that nature, or you can be charged with leaving the scene.
Right, because even people in parking lots, you know, dent the car a little or runs, and they don't call anyone.
Correct.
And that is a misdemeanor. Wow, that's great to know. Okay, number 2, do not forget to call.
Do not forget to call 911. Or call the non-emergency line if no one's hurt and you just want to document it. But the proper thing here is to make sure that you get the other person's information, their driver's number, if they have a driver's license. Sometimes people don't. So get their driver's license information, get their insurance information, get their registration. All of that information you're going to need no matter what happens in the case. Now, it may just be like a minor fender bender, everyone's okay, but you should still make sure that you protect yourself and you call 911 or call the officers and make sure to document it just to protect yourself, not so much to even protect the other person.
That's great advice. Now, number 3, don't lose your cool. You would never do that, would you?
I would not, and I'm going to defer to Janice.
Amazingly, this one was one that I had to check myself.
Really?
I got into a car accident, and the officer showed up, and immediately he was angry and aggressive towards me, and he was like, I can't believe that you ran the red light, and it was like, I didn't. And the truth was, I did not. But if I had lost my cool, it would have further escalated the situation. He could have tried to take me to jail for reckless driving or something of that nature. So I had to check myself, take a breath, and just stick to the facts of what happened. I didn't engage in an argument with the officer, and as the situation proceeded, his whole demeanor cooled down. We were fine, but it could have escalated and ended up with me being in jail, me getting tickets and things of that nature if I had lost my cool.
No, I think that's such great advice, because as soon as a car accident or something, that adrenaline gets pumping and you're just so high, and then if someone, it would be easy to just jump at even an officer, but I know it's all about diffusing the situation. So I think that's great advice for someone in a car accident. I really do. Okay, so we're going to number 4.
Do not forget proper documentation. Laura, like you just said, it's an intense, situation. Your mind is going everywhere.
Yes.
And so you tend to neglect or forget some things. So that's why it's always key to remember to not, to document things. And that goes to calling 911 to make sure that they're documenting it as well. And for you to also document it and document everything that's going on. And again, like Janice stated, it's making sure that you yourself have the proper identifications with you.
Right.
And then to also get the other person's information.
And what's interesting, you're talking about all this documentation, but you're really setting yourself up for a paper trail.
Yes.
Because you don't know what can happen. You don't know if someone tried to sue you, or the witnesses could say you did something you didn't. So all the things that you have are paper trail, documentation, that's on your side.
And it makes it a lot easier for us to be able to help, to help the consumers, to help you when you're involved in a car accident, because we have all of our I's dotted and all of our T's crossed.
Gotcha. Okay, now, number 5, and we're running out of time. You don't want to neglect the aftermath. Tell me about that.
Do not neglect the aftermath. When you're involved in an accident, make sure that as soon as it's done to go to the emergency room or to go to urgent care to make sure that you're all right. You have so much adrenaline pumping inside of you that sometimes you may not even feel the injuries until 14 days, 20 days later. And in Florida, we have a law, if you do not report it within 14 days, you can lose a lot of the rights that you are entitled to. So do not neglect the aftermath. Even if it seems like a minor fender bender, you never know the kind of damages that your body took from that accident.
Yes, from that impact. It could be back, it could be neck, all kinds of different things. Okay, great advice. Now, Janice and Gashard are here for you. You can go to hereforyoulaw.com and take advantage of their special offer. All you have to do is mention the Morning Blend and you will receive a free initial consultation. Now, the phone number is 239-288-7664. I know you're getting lots of response. People are recognizing you guys on the street. So these are the 2 attorneys to call. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.